After I finished my undergrad work, I took a year leave of absence. That was a very important growth year for me. My best friend, Donna Vaccarino, worked at Ace Gallery, and she asked me to come down there to help her. I was working in the gallery with Donna, and we had to put together a Solowit drawing on the wall. So we had to get the material to tape a wooden triangle to the wall in order to do it, and to get 6H leads from flax next door, the primary colors, and to draw it out to the proper scale. It was to execute. And I would say that it was probably about this big. It was probably about 4 by 4. So we started taping the wood pieces to the wall, and then building a triangle and going to work. And it was fun. It was tedious, but it was beautiful. And Solowit's work is my favorite today, really. That was a lot of good work. I remember when Richard Serra had driven across the country on a Harley. He drove up to the back of the gallery, and he had this mat of hair with gum in it, it looked like. I mean, it was just, being very motherly, I wanted to just grab him by the collar and start, combing his hair. What a character he was. Richard Serra was really very cool. And Philip Glass was there with Dickie Landry, good friend. And we had a great time, Donna and I, taking them out to the mountains and the white sands. It's really incredible. And these guys, we didn't know who they were, but they wanted to go swimming. And I thought, oh my God, and Donna and I, my friend, we were very nimble, and, these guys were they were so white, they were like newts. And then Phil had us all find a cave. We needed to find a cave. And so we found a series of rocks. This is Devil's Punch Bowl. That's where this place is. And that was carved out. And I think there were about 8 of us there. And he made us all lay down on the rocks and gave us a note that we had to remember, like this, and you were like that. And he had us all stick our heads in this hole of this giant boulder. And we just, sang for a while in there. One of Phil Glass's pieces. He was great. What a wonderful man. Working at Ace Gallery was a great opportunity for me, and Doug trusted me to run the gallery when Donna wasn't able to be there. And what had happened was Robert Smithson was showing, and he was there for the whole weekend. And Doug asked me to take care of him and take him to places and show him Los Angeles. And my boyfriend at the time was out of town, but he left his car for me to drive. So what I did was I figured I would show him the things that I liked the most. So I took him down to this beer joint that had sawdust on the floor, and we had the best time talking about what we were reading. And I was reading Anais Nin at that time. I was just going through all of the people of that period, and I couldn't get enough. And he talked a lot about what he liked, and so we really bonded. We really bonded for that whole weekend, and it was wonderful. He was very shy, very, very shy, very soft-spoken, but the next day I said, I'm going to take you someplace that you're really going to love. And it's my favorite place, too, in the Giberson Gardens, because that was my private Japanese garden. And by that time, I had already been to Japan and spent a year there by myself. And this made me feel very comfortable, and I was really at home. In fact, I used to go up there and climb over the fence, and I get in there and I sleep there. I would sleep there. It was fabulous. So I made him climb over the fence, and we went into the Giberson Gardens, and I showed him the place. And at that time, I just felt like, this is the best thing in the world, right here, right now. This time off, working at the gallery, and I knew its day would end. And I would start grad school in architecture at UCLA.